Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I am your host, Matt Morse. Folks, it is a lovely Friday evening, and I'll tell you what, things have continued to escalate and heat up and devolve in the liberal hellscape of Portland City, Oregon, which is my hometown, by the way. Things have continued to get worse, and now President Trump and the Trump administration, they have seen enough. Enough is enough. They have seen enough, and now enough is enough. And listen, I had this entire show ready to go today talking about things that have been taking place and going down in Portland over the last 2 days, and some emerging developments over the last couple hours. Right as I was ready to go live with you folks today, I saw a breaking news update. And to really kick off today's show, I want to play this for you guys. Kristi Noem, Secretary of the DHS, has just now, seconds ago, chimed in, given her opinion. Things are changing moment by moment, folks. Take a look at this, and then we have a lot to talk about today. Take a look at what Kristi Noem just had to say moments ago.
We've seen a lot of attacks in Portland, a lot of news right now with various independent journalists that have been beat, that have been hit in the face, that have been locked up and arrested. What's going on there? Can you give us any status update?
Well, you've got a presence in Portland that is Antifa affiliated. And so that is a situation where you have known professionals, targeted violence that want to tear down America and will apparently attack anyone, even journalists that are just trying to report the truth of what's happening on the streets. So we're not just going to be rolling out of Chicago here, but we're sending in the Department of War. At the request that I made to Secretary Hegseth, they're going to be rolling in here within the next 24 hours. Wow. They'll be coming to Chicago too. I put a request in today for them to come to Chicago. And we're going to not only have our officers that are out there with HSI and ICE, but we're also going to have backup from our military because everybody deserves that. And so what we saw happen to that journalist last night will not happen again. We will not allow that to happen again, where those individuals are persecuted for trying to show what's happening on our streets and for what they're doing to our law enforcement.
Folks, this is Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, who has just given a confirmation moments ago that the the Department of War, under the direction of the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, they are issuing a full deployment into Portland, Oregon in the next 24 hours. Kristi Noem just announced the Department of War will deploy to Portland and Chicago within 24 hours. Now, folks, she mentions a journalist who was assaulted by Antifa. In the last 2.5, maybe 3 days, we have actually seen 2 independent journalists, one of which is Nick Sortor. He was assaulted, and we're going to talk about both of them today and just how all of this has unfolded here over the last couple days. Nick Sortor was assaulted by Antifa in front of the Portland City ICE facility, and then he ran to the Portland Police Department, the Portland PD, seeking protection. Hey, help me, I'm under attack from Antifa. He was arrested by the Portland Police Department. He was held, he was detained, he was arrested by the Portland police and then released a couple hours later. And so this is national news. Now, not only is the Portland PD not working with ICE, they are turning a blind eye to Antifa. They're letting this happen on the streets of Portland. They've been given a stand-down order by the radical progressive leadership in Portland City and the Oregon Governor, Tina Kotek. But now also they are arresting journalists, quite literally, who are reporting on everything that's going on. So I want to take a look at that with you guys. But first, Carolyn Leavitt, White House press secretary, spoke about that a couple hours ago. Take a look at what she had to say about this very case with this journalist.
Just last night, we saw an extremely troubling incident where conservative journalist Nick Sortor was captured on video being taken into custody by the Portland police after he was ambushed by Antifa and was defending himself from these assaults. But instead of arresting these violent mob members night after night after night who are ravaging this community, the police arrested a journalist who was there trying to document the chaos, and everyone in this room should be extremely concerned about that. The Department of Justice spoke with that journalist this morning, and they will be launching a full investigation into his arrest.
That's right.
This incident is part of a troubling trend in Portland where left-wing mobs believe they get to decide who can visit and live in their city. It is not their city. It is the American people's city, and President Trump is going to restore that. I just spoke with the president about this, and he has directed his team here at the White House to begin reviewing aid that can potentially be cut in Portland. We will not fund states that allow anarchy. There will also be an additional surge of federal resources to Portland immediately, including enhanced CBP and ICE resources. Law and order will prevail, and President Trump will make sure of it.
So, folks, there are, as it relates to Portland, Oregon here, there are like 5 different emerging stories, things happening at the same time on the same day. That's right now, and we're going to touch base on all of them. Then at the end of the show, we're going to put it all together. I'm telling you what, folks, listen, Governor Tina Kotek of Oregon, the mayor, the radical progressive leadership in Portland and in the Oregon state level government, they have made a terrible mistake. Antifa, the Portland Police Department, playing coverage and turning a blind eye to Antifa, they have effed around, and they are in the process of finding out. And by the end of today's broadcast, you are going to know exactly what I mean by that. Let's keep on moving on here. I want to break down for you exactly what happened here with this journalist. His name is Nick Sordor. I want to show you kind of how this entire situation unfolded here. Why was he assaulted by Antifa in the first place? Then he ran to the police. Then what happened? Why was he arrested? Take a look at this. This is how it all started in Portland. This was last night.
We got a Trump supporter. We got a Trump supporter right here.
Oh.
That is Nick Sortor. Far left Antifa, mentally ill freaks are sitting down here outside the ICE facility burning the United States flag. And you can tell they are freaks. I don't even know what the living hell I'm looking at. Nick has had enough. That's him right there. Nick Sortor, brave, patriotic American. He says, listen, enough is enough. He gets involved.
We got a Trump supporter right here.
Oh, he's putting it on the ground and he's making it worse.
He puts it out.
Now he's standing
Hey, good here, motherfucker.
Now he's standing on it. You're not supposed to stand on it. Oh, now he thinks he's saving it.
So this is what kicked everything off. Nick tried to stop these freaks from burning the U.S. flag, and they decided to assault him. He put out the fire. They decided to chase him down and assault him. And this is what that looked like. I'm going to play the entire video for you. I'm going to put this on the full screen here. Nick is right in the middle of this scuffle. They all collapse on him. They mob him like a pack of wild demonic beasts.
With the flag.
Because he tried to save the flag.
They're fucking him up.
Hey! Mark's a veteran. He's got it.
Now, ultimately, throughout this entire process, he gets attacked, he gets punched. They actually broke his camera. They broke his cell phone. These Antifa radicals. And after that, he escapes to the police. And he says, hey, listen, I'm under attack. And he was. I guess it wasn't caught on this video here. They attacked him. They punched him in the head. They broke his phone. They broke his camera and his light. He runs to the police. And what do the police do?
Whoa.
They arrest him. He's the one that gets arrested. And there he is. And he ended up getting detained for several hours last night by the Portland City Police. And so this instance, and there was another one we're going to talk about here in a minute, another journalist that was assaulted by Antifa. The police did nothing. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But this instance last night has kicked off a firestorm. Nick Sortor ended up going on Fox News and talking about the entire situation. Take a look at this.
So they threw multiple punches at me. They broke my camera by hitting that. So I was on the ground at that point. I tried to swing. I missed. I saw the opportunity to get up and get away. And that's when I went over to the police officers, which I thought, maybe they'd help me. But no, instead they threw me in handcuffs. This is going to backfire on them tremendously. It already is, okay? People knew that something out here stunk and that it was corrupt and that the police they take the side of the violent criminals that are here every single day, assaulting ICE officers, assaulting journalists. And then a reporter comes and, tries to embed deep within the chaos that's going in out here, and he's the one that gets arrested. So they threw.
Absolutely insane. You know what? I was saying a couple days ago when we did that live coverage of the riots a couple nights ago outside this very same facility, I was saying that, I'm sure there are a lot of good Portland police officers that their hands are tied. They've been given stand down orders. They are just turning a blind eye to this violence. It's not only that they are not working with ICE. Okay, you got a stand down order. Your hands are tied. You can't do anything about it. They are watching journalists get assaulted and beaten and having their personal property destroyed, their phones and cameras destroyed by these Antifa terrorists. And then on top of that, not only are they letting it happen, they're standing by watching it happen. They are arresting or detaining temporarily the journalists also. I don't know, man. I think I'm starting to feel like the Portland City Police, they might be as corrupt as everything else here. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to feel a little bit less charitable for the Portland City Police. Now, real quick, we have a big super chat here from just a moment ago. Says, I'm still mad at you, Matt, but you cover important subjects, so good on you. I don't know why you're mad, but hey, I appreciate that super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I don't know what that's about, but hey, I appreciate that a lot. Another one here from William T. Thank you for that big super chat. I appreciate that. William says, Kodak paid 400 out-of-state ballot harvesters to collect 2 weeks after election. Brown 47 law firm's lifetime. I'm not sure about that either. But hey, I appreciate that super chat likewise. Similarly, thank you very much. Today, we're going to be talking about what is going on today, currently going on in downtown Portland. Now, folks, this situation with the Portland City ICE facility, Portland police, journalists getting assaulted and beaten and detained by Portland City police, all of this has kicked off a firestorm. This has been escalated to the Department of Justice Assistant Attorney General, who is right below Attorney General Pam Bondi. Her name is Harmeet Dillon. That's her right there. Is now directly, formally investigating Portland's highly questionable police practices after arresting journalist Nick Sortor and allowing Antifa to assault Americans. It happens night after night. Now President Trump's DOJ is involved. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet Dillon is involved. Now I want you to understand this. The Department of Justice is investigating the Portland police force for what is going on here. Are they turning a blind eye? They're playing coverage for Antifa. Antifa, by the way, is a domestic terror organization. These guys have pretty much the same legal definitive categorization as like Al-Qaeda, domestic, foreign. Okay, all of them are terrorists. I want you to consider here. Imagine Al-Qaeda is marching through the streets of Portland and the Portland City Police, they're like, hey, not my problem. These are terrorists. They are domestic terrorists. It is a problem, and they are just doing nothing. They're watching terrorists assault American journalists. Harmeet Dillon says, we will not leave the people of Portland at the whims of criminals and woke cops. Govern yourselves accordingly. We are not going to leave the people of Portland at the whims of woke criminals. These are American citizens. This has happened to American citizens. This is what Harmeet Dillon posted herself here. She said, acting at the direction of Attorney General Pam Bondi, we, Civil Rights Department, have launched an investigation into Portland, Oregon's highly questionable police practices. Stay tuned. We will not leave the people of Portland at the whims of criminals and woke cops. Govern yourselves accordingly. Now, guess what? Nick Sortor is not the only journalist in downtown Portland who has been assaulted by these violent Antifa freaks. This is a journalist. Her name is Katie Daviscourt. She's very famous. You guys have probably heard of her. Just the other day in downtown Portland, similar to Nick Sortor, she was down there outside the ICE facility covering everything that's going on down there. And she was beaten in the eye. This is just a little thin woman, not a big man like Nick Sortor. She was punched in the face, has a black eye. She likewise ran to the police, and they did nothing. They didn't do anything to protect her or help her at all. Now, She appeared, and this was 2 days ago that happened to her. So it's like every single day for the last couple days, journalists are being assaulted, beaten by Antifa. The Portland police are doing nothing. They're turning a blind eye. Now, Katie Daviscourt appeared on this podcast. She was talking to Jack Posobiec about what it was like to be assaulted by Antifa. I want to play this for you guys next. Take a look.
Katie, first of all, are you okay?
Jack, I'm doing fine. As you guys can see, I clearly have a massive black eye, and the police did absolutely nothing last night. I tried to hunt them down to hold the suspect accountable, and they just said that it is too dangerous for them to go in and make an arrest. So I'm doing fine, but I'm glad to see President Trump is deploying the National Guard. This place needs a lot of help, and I'm glad to talk to you about it.
Well, I would hope that we, at the same time, you know, let's make sure that we get this checked out with medical and, you know, I used to say in the Navy, you know, I'm not a doctor, you're not a doctor, but let's make sure, because you never know in these situations, you know, if something else has happened internally or something else has gone on that you want to be careful with. I mean, so you have the black eye, but you were actually struck by, it was sort of like a flagpole or something like that.
Right. So this Antifa-affiliated subject just started approaching me and waving the flagpole in my face. And then I kind of turned around, and that's when she swung it like a baseball bat and directly hit my eye.
She could have very easily lost her eye or been permanently blinded. Seriously, thank God all she has is a minor black eye.
And now,
so she was trying to blind you. She was actually trying to blind you, and you know, a flagpole like that to the ocular socket, I mean, your brain is right there. There's serious, very, very serious injuries.
Oh, yeah.
That could happen. And look, I'm sitting here in the Charlie Kirk studio. We all know how serious these things can get.
Things are, I mean, listen, this problem we have in this country with far left domestic terrorism is absolutely unhinged. It has to be stopped. President Trump is now getting directly involved. It is going to be stopped. What is a shame is to see these Portland City police officers are playing coverage for literal domestic terrorists. And I want to talk about that here in a minute. But first, we have a couple super chats. Matt, he chimes in. Nice name. He says, the Portland police are enemies, radical leftists. No excuses. Remember what the Nuremberg trials decided. Well, I'll tell you what. It does seem like the Portland City police, they're playing coverage for what's going on down there. No doubt about it. It seems like they are going above and beyond in their effort to work with Antifa. Now, Curtis, another super chat again. I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate that. He says, being designated as terrorists, the entire city government, police, and all should be charged with giving aid and comfort to the enemy. It is a fact. Portland City Police, Portland City leadership, Oregon state level governorship, in the state level, listen, they are aiding and abetting domestic terrorists. Before they were only aiding and abetting illegal aliens. It's a sanctuary state. Okay, that's bad. That's bad enough. Now they are aiding and abetting and giving support and aid to literal domestic terrorists. Yeah, which is why there's something I want to talk about with you folks real quick. As you might remember, okay, this was on, I want to get the exact date right. This was on September 27th, so what is that, 6 days ago, President Trump issued this massive bombshell order. He said, I am directing the U.S. military troops, National Guard, into Portland with a full force directive. He said, full force. We're going in. Portland, Oregon. Now, what happened immediately after that was that the state of Oregon issued a counter ruling. They tried to, issue a stay on this to shut down, to prevent the National Guard from being deployed. Now, a judge is set to rule on this either today. It's getting a little bit late, so they're probably going to rule on this tomorrow. The judge is going to rule on the Oregon challenge to the National Guard deployment in the state of Oregon. I'll tell you what, folks, what has happened over the last couple days here with Nick Sordor and Miss Katie, good Lord, I feel so bad for her, Miss Katie Daviscourt. You've got journalists being arrested, assaulted, and beaten. I'll tell you what, I don't know what's going to go on inside of this court or what type of evidence this judge is going to be looking at, but it's like, how insane does this stuff have to get before they say, all right, you know what? Yes, our city is infested with domestic terrorists. We're going to bring in the National Guard. We're going to let President Trump send him in. But you know what? Regardless, even if this judge, who knows, this might be a radically progressive federal judge. Seems like a lot of them are. Even if the National Guard ends up not getting deployed, the federal, radically progressive federal judiciary gets involved and shuts it down, well, guess what? Like we saw Kristi Noem, there's nothing Oregon can do about the DHS. They can't do anything about that because the DHS is not the military. DHS can flood the streets. More ICE agents can flood the streets. Whether or not National Guard gets deployed, I would bet probably will here. DHS, she said the Department of War and the DHS, more ICE agents are coming flooding in any day now, actually within the next 24 hours. Now, a little bit of a nice post I wanted to share with you folks. Some of you probably remember the name Honey Badger Mom. We were watching her live broadcast the other day during the riots 4 or 5 days ago. This is Honey Badger Mom right here. I saw this pop up. This is Honey Badger Mom today, just like an hour, maybe 90 minutes ago, on the rooftop of the Portland ICE facility, standing up here with Miss Katie Daviscourt. So they have befriended ICE. They're up there on top of the ICE building. They're getting a private tour. Good for them. We support Katie Daviscourt. We support Honey Badger Mom. Good for them. They are down there putting their lives on the line. Katie, you can still see, has that black eye. God forbid anything else happen to these two lovely women. Hopefully ICE and the DHS can keep them safe and secure because, Lord, we know the Portland police are not going to do it. And hey, in the next 24 hours, they are flooding the city. The DHS is flooding the city. Now, folks, today, a couple hours ago, we got a direct message from the governor of Oregon. Her name is Tina Kotek, okay? And she appeared on the Rachel Maddow show on MSNBC, and she wanted to issue a special message to all of us folks around the nation. Take a listen to what Oregon Governor Tina Kotek had to say earlier today.
Yeah, well, thank you. First of all, I want people to know that Portland, Oregon is a beautiful, vibrant, successful city. We are not a war zone. I was out there all weekend long. People were out and about shopping, going to restaurants, going to soccer matches, going to shows. Portland is a beautiful place, and we are not under siege. There's no insurrection here. When the president makes a choice to say, I should have military troops in my state.
So according to Governor, oh my God, they look, they might be related. They might, hey, I think we're looking at two brothers. Yeah, look at these two handsome brothers. Man, from the same family. Good-looking men, handsome men, can't deny it. Anyway, she says, there's no problem. It's all good. Everything is fine in Portland. There's no insurrection. We're not occupied by an army of far-left Antifa domestic terrorists. There's no problem at all. Tina Kotek says there's no problem at all. This video here was posted by the Homeland Security page on Twitter just a couple hours ago. Take a look. Does this look, is this normal? Is this normal in your city? Does this happen in your city? No. Is your city infested with far-left domestic terrorists? No, this is not normal. This is a problem. And this is every single night in downtown Portland, as you know. As we all know. Thank God these freaks are getting arrested. Thank God, get them off the streets. Now, I want to take a look at we have a couple super chats here I want to pause and take a look at real quick. Make sure I don't miss any of these. Right here, this is from S. John. Thank you very much. Massive super chat. He says, brother, you're killing it here. You've taken over as our favorite channel by a huge margin. Keep it up. John, Deb, Amber, and Max. Shout out John, Deb, Amber, and Max. Let's go. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate that. Really, listen, I'm never going to ask for your folks' money. Of course, I appreciate the super chats, but I'm never going to ask for it. Really, I just hope you guys enjoy the show. Sincerely, that's my one desire. And listen, we gotta spread awareness. We are sticking it to these far left radical domestic terrorist freaks. We need to shine a spotlight on their insane anti-American, subversive, frankly, evil, demonic behavior. The more Americans that know about this stuff, the better equipped we're going to be to combat it and shut it down. So I'm happy you're here. The last thing these Antifa freaks want, these far left domestic terrorists want, is for you folks to be tuning in to broadcasts like this where we're shining a light on it. They don't want the spotlight. We're giving it to them. Okay, so hey, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Another super chat. Anthony Liddy says, look, I'll never donate again if you don't agree at law. We need to put live stream video in all these messed up places so we can see 24/7. You know what? Maybe in these Antifa hotspots, yeah, maybe we could use a couple more cameras. Luckily, we've got brave journalists like Nick Sortor and Miss Davisport. They're shining the light. And also Honey Badger Mom, they're down there shining the light on this stuff. So I'm with you maybe, though. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. John Teeter, he says, we are in the beginnings of the Second American Civil War. God, I hope not. I don't know. Maybe you're right. But listen, it is nobody wants to live through a civil war. Things get real bad real fast. I hope you're wrong, but I hear a lot of people say that, which will not look like the first, but we are here. Things are only going to get worse. Lord, I hope you are. I hope you're wrong. I think you hope you are wrong also. But you might be right. But I hope you're wrong. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Silent Glove says, thanks for the coverage, folks. We have a lot more to talk about here. Trust me, we do. We're just getting started. Thank you very much. Alan J. Mackey says, thankfully, I think by now most young black Americans understand Antifa use the BLM movement to forward the Antifa agenda. These Antifa freaks, they will hijack whatever they can to try to push their own anti-American agenda. You're totally right about that. You're right about that. Blue Rooster, thank you very much. The Crimson Spork says, cheers and happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank you. We have more to talk about here, folks. And also JD Delay, shout out JD Delay. Go watch him on YouTube. He's been doing a hell of a job covering this stuff too. You can feel a demonic presence when you app the ICE Detainment Center in Portland. When you're around the ICE Detainment Center. Yeah. And you want to know why you feel that demonic presence? It's because you are literally surrounded by demons, by demonic freaks. You are. And thank you. Everybody, go check out JD. Thank you very much, everybody. Take a look at this. By the way, speaking of evil demonic presence outside the Portland ICE facility, this was outside the Portland ICE facility last night. Take a look. We've got upside down American flags. We've got Mexican flags. We've got Palestine flags. I'm going to put this up on the big screen here. Folks, we are an occupied nation. I'm not kidding. Listen, I use this phrase a lot. Occupied nation. America is occupied by illegal immigrants that hate this country. They hate you. They hate the country. Far left radical terrorists. They hate you. They hate this country. They want to replace you. They want to flip this country upside down in the same way that they have flipped this flag upside down. You read the text on this upside down flag. It says F America, F this, F that. These people are complete and total degenerates. Look at this. What in the living hell is going on here? This is the ICE facility. Occupado. I couldn't even tell you what some of these flags mean, honestly. You've got the Ukraine flag, the transgender pride flag. Yep. Yep. Occupied nation. And thank God President Trump is getting involved here and doing something about it. Thank God. Now, when I talk about doing something about it, when I talk about shutting some of this stuff down, I want to play this video for you. This happened yesterday. This thing went viral. I think you guys are going to like this one. I'm going to put this up on the full screen. This is what you see here on the left. Well, I mean, right above me also. This is a far left violent Antifa terrorist who was effing around, so to speak. And he found out real quick. Take a look at this. They got him. They detained him. They're bringing him into the ICE facility. Take a look. This is him. This is him inside of the ICE facility. He's pissing his pants. He's pissing his own pants. Look at him. Not so tough now. This is what it looks like to find out. This is what it looks like to F around. This is what it looks like to find out. He's literally pissing his pants in the Portland, Oregon ICE facility. Absolutely just freakish and embarrassing. Now, folks, as if all of this wasn't bad enough, the National Guard soon to be deployed. DHS is about to flood the city. Department of War has now declared war on Portland. We got that news bombshell about an hour ago. And also ICE, more ICE agents flooding the city. Well, Portland, Oregon got some further bad news. Trump just had a massive legal win today, and it actually directly relates to Portland, Oregon. I want to share this with you guys real quick. A judge just hours ago this afternoon has ruled against sanctuary cities nationwide. They will not, the legal system is not going to stop Trump from cutting off federal funds to sanctuary cities. You guys know President Trump has tried to cut off federal funding to sanctuary cities. Well, it got caught up in the radically progressive federal judiciary. Well, Trump has just scored a pretty big win. And we're going to talk about that real quick. A federal judge has just ruled against 2 sanctuary cities this week, ensuring President Trump can go ahead and move forward with blocking certain Department of Justice grants to such jurisdictions that refuse to cooperate with immigration and customs enforcement. So although these 2 cities are actually Chelsea and Somerville, Massachusetts, so not directly Portland. Specifically what it does, though, is set the national precedent. If Trump can do it there, he can do it here. If he can do it here, he can do it everywhere. That's Portland, Oregon. Also, Trump is going to start ripping away federal funding. Earlier this year, President Trump signed 2 executive orders, both designed to get sanctuary cities to cooperate with ICE as they enforce federal immigration law or risk losing certain federal funds. Soon after Trump signed the executive orders, the sanctuary cities of Chelsea and Somerville, Massachusetts, filed a lawsuit claiming they would suffer irreparable harm if the orders took effect. President Trump, I know we're a sanctuary city. I know we are aiding and abetting and harboring a bunch of violent, illegal aliens and domestic terrorists. But if you take away our federal money, then it's going to cause irreparable harm to our city, to our sanctuary city. Well, final takeaway here is rather than simply comply with federal law and the Constitution, these cities have run to court to keep the money flowing even as they go on breaking the law, operating in direct defiance of the federal government, in direct defiance of the democratic will of the American people. It's like, folks, how many times do all of us need to vote, overwhelmingly vote, to close the border, carry out mass deportations, and rip away the funding from these sanctuary cities before these far-left freaks get it through their head? Maybe the American people don't want this. Maybe the American people don't want the country to be taken over by illegal aliens. Maybe the American people, as they voted time and time again, actually don't want sanctuary cities, actually don't want entire sanctuary states as we have. We have tons of them now. I'm a young guy. I'm 31. It blows my mind that the concept of a sanctuary city ever even popped up in the first place. How in the living hell did we end up with these far left, radically progressive sanctuary cities, really only providing sanctuary to criminals, domestic terrorists, and illegal aliens that have snuck into our country? For everybody else, for all of the hardworking American taxpaying citizens living in these states and in these cities, it's not a sanctuary, it's a hell on earth. It is a hell on earth. Hey, here's a crazy idea. What about sanctuary for Americans? Where is the sanctuary for the American people, for all of us tax-paying American citizens? There is no sanctuary. Not in California, at least. Not in Oregon. Not in Washington. Not in Minnesota. As we've seen, it's not happening. And so, folks, one more final little bombshell piece of news I want to share with you guys. I'm getting reports. This has gone viral. Everybody's talking about this. In fact, I've seen multiple reports of this. I have seen reports that 200 Oregon National Guardsmen this afternoon were en route to Portland City, Oregon. I've seen everybody talking about this all throughout the day, starting about 5 hours ago, that the Oregon National Guard actually are en route preemptively into Portland. They were stationed in a military base about 2 hours northwest of Portland, Oregon. What's the name of the military base? Well, maybe I can't find it here. But anyway, the National Guard, they have been preparing and training and practicing at a military base, I believe an Air Force base, about 2 hours northwest of Portland. And I've seen reports all over social media today saying that they are actually inbound to Portland. So, folks, I would suspect that tonight in Portland is not going to be that crazy, but tomorrow night, I think tomorrow night, Saturday night, is going to be nuts. Because now we have the DHS, now we have ICE. Kristi Noem has said we are flooding the city. Yeah, what's it called? JBLM. Thank you. That is what it is. Thank you. You jogged my memory there. It's JBLM. Thank you very much. About 2 hours northwest of Portland in northwest Oregon. And now we've got National Guard flooding into the city. Folks, tomorrow night, I'm telling you, is going to be insane. So you're going to want to come back for that. We're going to do live coverage again. Thank you very much. Now, I want to take a look at some of these super chats here. You guys, I got to tell you, lately, you folks have been way too kind to me. I feel like I don't even deserve it. You guys do it anyway. I appreciate it a lot. I want to make sure I don't miss any of these. This is Revive Studios. He says, long live Honey Badger Mom. Thank you for your coverage. Keep it up. Happy to support you. Stay frosty. Be safe. Appreciate you. Also, do you think you could have Honey Badger Mom on as a guest? I don't know about a guest because normally I kind of do my own thing, but I think tomorrow we might be tuning into her again tomorrow. We might be watching her coverage tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I've been exchanging some private messages with her, making sure she's okay. I sent her that money after the last broadcast like I said I would. So now, hey, listen, I've made a new friend. I am now friends with Honey Badger Mom. I think she might be going down tomorrow. We might have some more Honey Badger Mom content tomorrow. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really do. I appreciate that. Leon Smith, thank you. Likewise, thank you very much. I got to say, I am so happy everybody is here. This is such a great America-loving, patriotic community. Thank you, folks. We're taking the country back. These far-left radical freaks, they have done enough damage. We are here together, standing up, shining a light on this anti-American, subversive, frankly, traitorous, seditious behavior. We're putting an end to it. Thank you, folks. Sparky, thank you very much for that super chat. Thank you very much. Gernand the Great, he says, do you think with all the chaos that's going on will lead Oregon to vote for Republican governor? I don't want to announce this too early. Listen, the next gubernatorial election in Oregon is about a year from now. Election day is November 2026. I have low-key been tentatively considering personally getting directly involved in the next Oregon gubernatorial election to kick out Tina Kotek. I have been thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm going to do it. I'm not sure. No promises. I have been considering getting involved on the ground, giving speeches, going on a tour, campaign tour. I don't know, doing whatever I can. I don't even know what I can do. I've never done anything like that, but that's something I'm thinking about because Gernand, man, yeah, we got to do something about this. By the way, the last gubernatorial election in Oregon, it was a 3%, 3.5%, 3.5% margin. Tina Kotek only won by 3.5%. Oregon can be saved. Oregon is not too far gone. Maybe some other states are far gone. Oregon can be saved. We need to help save it. I appreciate that. We've got to take the country back. And that's what we're doing. Thank you very much. Mysterious and unusual super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Raya, one of my favorite viewers, she says, Matt, you are the best. Thank you for all your work, time, and truth. This is the most patriotic channel. We love you and all good patriots. America first. Listen, I'm not trying to brag when I say this. Really, I'm bragging about you guys. I'm bragging on behalf of you. Folks, on this channel here, it's because of you folks. We are doing the numbers that Fox News, guys, we are providing coverage. We're getting the attention here on this broadcast every single day that some of these multi-million-dollar shows are putting on. This is a one-man operation. It's you guys and it's me. I don't have a production team or an editor or a multi-million-dollar studio. One-man operation, and then I have you guys. And it's really because I have you guys, we're going toe-to-toe with CNN and Fox News and everybody else. We're up there. So, hey, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Listen, Americans are fed up. We're taking the country back. We are fed up. All of us are pissed off with what's going on in cities like Portland. And it's not only Portland. It's all over the place. We're putting an end to it. We're rising up. Thank you very much. Larry Yancey, thank you very much. Sir, thank you very much. Mr. Yancey. Chris Klotz, he says the reason why that guy was shaking is because he's getting deported. You will notice every time one of these Antifa rioters gets detained or arrested by ICE, half the time they are an illegal alien. You would think that if you're an illegal alien, you would kind of try to lay low, skirt under the radar, not have any direct confrontations with ICE. Well, I guess they're not the smartest because they're out there getting combative in front of the Portland City ICE facility. They're out of their damn mind. Not the smartest people. As President Trump said, they're not sending their best. Remember when he said that? They're not sending their best. And they are not. Now, we have another one of these. Take a look at this from Chris. Oh, that's the one we just read. Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate that again. Silent Gloves says, if someone has a vantage point, say an apartment across the street or business, and is willing to donate an internet connection and do the setup, I will donate a security camera to the cause. You know, last time, a couple days ago, we were covering the riots going on similarly in front of the ICE facility in Portland. And we did have at least one live camera feed from that apartment building down the road. Maybe we can get that again. Tomorrow night, I want to do live coverage with you guys. You promise you come back tomorrow. I want to do live coverage again similar to how we had a couple days ago. So I think we're going to tune into that live feed again. Thank you very much. Everybody's mentioning Asmongold. I got to say, shout out Asmongold. Asmongold and I go way back. I don't know if he popped up in the chat or where that came from, but I love Asmongold. Asmongold is a good friend of mine. I like Asmongold. Shout out Asmongold. And then there was one more big super chat here from Britty. Thank you, Britty. I appreciate that. She says, you're doing an excellent job. God bless you and your family. Hey, you know what? Likewise. We really need some godly blessings these days for the country. If you're the type of person who likes to pray, it's a good time to do it. For the country, for Portland. Not all the people in Portland are bad. For the good people in Portland, for you, for me, for the family, for your family, for everybody, for America. And so thank you very much, Britty. I appreciate that. Everybody, that is going to be a wrap up for today's broadcast. I want to say thank you all very, very much. Sincerely, really, thank you all for tuning in. Folks, we have an undeniable amount of motion these days. We are rising up. Okay, so everybody, thank you all very much for tuning in. Like I said, we're taking the country back. We've had enough of the anti-American behavior of these far-left, radically progressive freaks. We are taking the country back. When we say America first, we mean it. America first is inevitable. Whether or not these far-left freaks get on board or whether or not they don't get on board, we're putting America first. Thank you all very much, Jake Galvin. Final super chat of the day. Thank you very much. Everybody, tomorrow's going to be a big day. Make sure to subscribe. Rumble, Matt Morse TV, YouTube, Matt Morse TV, Twitch, Kick, Matt Morse TV. Everybody, subscribe, follow, come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a nutty day. I have a feeling. Final super chat, Alex AMO, Oregonian here. We need honest elections. We got to shut down the mail-in ballots. You're right. That's a big part of it, too. We got to try to do that. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night, Alex. Thank you. I'll see you folks tomorrow. Until then, everybody stay safe. God bless. And thank you all.